Hey everybody, welcome back. This week I want to show you my process on getting to a more finished picture. So stick around to see how it goes.
Well, welcome to Hunsky Studios. And as I said, I want to take a picture all the way to its finish. I don't think I've done that on this channel yet, and I feel like you guys deserve that. So I'll just start out by doing what I always do. And you've seen me do it a bunch of times. It's a light and rough lay-in. I'm just getting the biggest, most important shapes down first. Work my way to the smallest, more complicated. And make sure to do all my measuring right so that I don't have to worry about it later. At least that's the goal. Can't say I always hit it perfectly. Now as we move further along the picture, I start doing these shadow maps, along with adding more detail to the features of the face. This part is, in a way, the funnest and the hardest. It's where a lot of your thinking takes place, a lot of your problem solving. We've already solved the problem of the shape of the head, the size of it, and different angles. And we'll continue to solve those problems as we go, because I might notice as I get further along, as I put more things in, I got more to compare to, which makes other things seem wrong, and I'll fix it and adjust as I go. And that's what drawing really is put a few marks down, compare it to the other ones, and decide which ones need to be fixed. And fix them and repeat. It takes a lot of concentration, a lot of focus, but I enjoy it. It's one of the pleasures in life, I think. But yeah, we'll just go along and add some features, put in the eyes. Sometimes closed eyes like this are harder than opened eyes, because you got to get that line right, and you got to get them lined up right as well. I think that's a little easier with open eyes, because like I said, you got more to compare to. But we'll make it work. And I kind of like looking at it at this stage with no tone, no shadow. I think it looks kind of cool. So I'm going to use this charcoal powder and this brush to do a little shading. This is really fun. You just load up that brush with some powder and just go to town and watch that powder smoke fly around. I think it's fun. And you lose a few edges doing this. That's okay. Sometimes you want those lost edges. It looks real cool. And then once you get it all covered, you use this kneaded eraser, put it in the shape you want, and just go to town. You just start pulling out the highlights. Do a soft gradation from dark to light. They can make a pretty cool effect, in my opinion. And in some cases, it's easier than doing all the shading with the pencil, which I still do. From time to time. It's just I wanted to try this out again, and on this paper, see how it would take it, and it took it rather well, I'd say. But yeah, we just kind of use that eraser as a pencil in its own sort of way. Now here I go back to the pencil and start doing the darker darks. Now one thing I did notice about this paper is it leaves a rough texture with the pencils. And that's easily conquered, and I'll show you how in a minute. But So one thing to look for when you're drawing and using different materials that you're not used to is see how things are affected by that material. See if you like it or not. And like I said, it wasn't too bad. There. Now she doesn't completely look like she got in a fight and got 2 black eyes. It's amazing what a little contrast will do. And contrast is one very important element in art, because it's what brings our attention to the piece, to the picture, whether it be drawing, painting, or photography. I'm just going to go bounce back and forth between pencil and eraser for a minute, putting more tone down. This is a fun process. Shading is actually the easiest thing in a drawing, but you can mess up a drawing with poor shading. It's not that difficult to screw up. Getting there. All right, so this tool is known as a blending stump. It's a piece of paper that they take and they wrap it up super tight into a fine point. This is something you can use to smooth out the tone so you don't get that paper texture showing through too much. Still going to get a little bit, but you don't want a porcelain smooth skin, then it looks like a toy. We don't want that. This is a real person. I want to try and achieve that effect. You get enough tone on this blending stump, you can even use it as a pencil, kind of. Smooth out some of the edges too, because I think I had that edge on that cheek too rough, too harsh. So it was nice to be able to use this tool and soften it out. You can use your fingers too for smudging and blending, but a lot of people recommend against it because you leave your oils from your fingers onto the paper, and then that spot on the paper just doesn't act the same way. But let's go ahead and sign this and we'll call it good. Just kidding. I kind of messed up. You can see I already fixed the hairline. The head was too long up and down. And then once I fixed that, I noticed the head was too wide from side to side. So that's why I say it's very important to measure at the beginning, and I should have measured more closely. But sometimes you can get away with doing stuff like this, where I had in my head to pull the ear in closer to the face to shorten that distance up, and then where the ear was, just turn that into a big old clump of hair. Luckily, that's all I needed to do, and it worked. I was very happy. And sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes you just screwed up even further and you just have to restart. Luckily, I didn't have to restart on this one. The paper was getting away from me there, so I had to fix it. So, yeah, just remember to always do your fundamentals first. So, but I hope this inspired you. Maybe if you wanted to start drawing, you always wanted to draw, just go ahead and pick up the pencil and just start going. Draw whatever you like. Draw what makes you happy. I find that our job as artists is to bring happiness to the world. And Not a lot of people see it that way, I think, but that's what I like looking at art for. That's why I like drawing. It seems to make people happy. So, I'd like to end by saying if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know you like it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And please share it with people you know. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd like to thank everybody who's already subscribed. It's nice to know that a bunch of people are actually interested in what I'm doing. And with that, I'll see you later.